Y'all have to excuse the mess. I haven't cleaned up anything. I've been working. So I walk out my back door on my patio. And I got my sunflowers. I just picked them all. They're these kind of sunflowers. But I also have a bunch of babies coming up. And then these are all my morning glories. They don't look great right now because their season is pretty much over. But boy, they were great. I have some zinnias down here hiding. I have all kinds of morning glory seeds. Check out the morning glory seeds. Yeah. So then I walked down this path. I did make this path myself. And over here I have bird bath. I have all kinds of lights right here. And there's a bird feeder. And I had, at nighttime there's all kinds of out here, it looks really cool. I have hummingbird feeders, one over here. And this is the gate that I just built. But this is the looking back at it. So this gate that I just built is not all the way down yet, and it's really heavy. There's a lizard. So, again, and so here's the backyard. It's their pool. We're building a deck this fall around it, up to the level of it. And here's all my house plants. That is lemongrass, helps keep mosquitoes away. This is citronella, helps keep mosquitoes away. I'm also going to add lavender and sage to my big pots of the huge lemongrass. This is my moonflower plant right here. I'm so proud of this. It's my first year. They bloom for one night, at night only. This is my string of bananas or whatever. Here's our 4 banana trees that are getting ready to get repotted individually, and then that way we can take them in the house in the wintertime. More house plants. Learn how to propagate them all. All this is all mine. Propagation. I have a bunch of money trees. This over here is a really neat plant. I'm not sure, but it's a great thing to hold like sap and stuff. Oh look, a new one's coming out. How cool. So here's the 2 lemon trees that we're also going to put in pots, and so they can go in the house. Or lime trees, I'm sorry. And there's the camper that we are going to convert into a greenhouse. This bed right here is so we can lay on it outside and watch stars, and then also or shooting stars. And it's also, right now there's plastic over the poop water bins, and then I put the mattress on top of it so to hold it down, keep the dogs out of it. Here's our newest sections of gardening. This is all bananas and gourds. And then amongst it is also like chamomile and a couple other things that can grow with bananas and gourds. I've got white stacker pumpkins, regular jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. I've got little miniature gourds. I've got loofah gourds. And over here, got more regular pumpkins, blue pumpkins, black pumpkins, more gourds, more blue pumpkins are over here. And all this that's in the middle is to help kill the grass that's under it, so we can also walk on it and see if we're in any kind of ant territory. This is what's going to be my permanent sunflower, because sunflowers went really well there. That's my dad's kitty right there, is my dad's kitty cat grave. And the sunflowers here got all the way up to like 12 and 15 feet. So, and I've been getting morning glories on the fence to attract the pollinators that we need. And I built all this too, all this fence that goes around this area. I built all the cinder block raised beds, put the poles in. I didn't build that fence over there. We put this avocado tree in just a couple days ago. This was a teepee made out of bamboo got pictures of it. It had a lot more bamboo to it, and it had morning glories going all the way up of it. But I'm moving that and getting new bamboo. And this is the 3rd year for this pole, and it'll grow all the way to the top. And it's still doing really good. Oh, that's pretty. But it, you know, again, attracts the pollinators to our garden, right? From far and few between. This is the lemon tree here, and then we have a lemon tree there. Then we have 2 olive trees. And then over here, we're also going to have, as you can see, this is our oldest lemon tree, but it is also the newest one in the ground out of the lemon trees. And so then, I don't know if you can tell or not, we're doing them catty corner, you know, diagonal from each other, so they have room to grow when they're tall. Then we're going to put another lemon tree about right here. And so basically what this area is going to be is the corridor of trees. And of course we're going to have gardens all out on the edges of all these, like just little flower stuff and herbs that keep the certain pests away. Zinnias, marigolds, those are all very important. And in here's Nicholas's 2 cherry trees. They almost died in delivery, so we had to bring them back to life. But they're coming back to life. We planted those 2 or 3 weeks ago. He's got 2 cherry trees here, and then the avocado is in the middle of these 2. So when they get big and tall, they again have the room to spread out their wings. Okay, branches. So back here in the big garden, that's a squirrel grave. We have again some morning glories growing up. I let them grow as long as they're not hurting any plants, like the growth of any plants. But down here, let's see if you can see in here. Can you see in there? Okay, yeah, these are the pepper plants, all peppers. We've got these little, they've all recently been harvested. I have nothing to show you. These over here are the same that you see right here. These little tiny red peppers, see? And then a bunch of banana peppers in there. Here's some banana peppers growing. And then, see, I think, look at this pretty girl. Yeah, she's a pretty girl. But, and then these are green peppers, bell peppers. Like here's one growing right there. There's some growing right here. Okay, and over here, let me go back out. We have asparagus on its 3rd year. It takes 5 years to grow asparagus. You cut it down in winter, cover it up real good, and let it come back. We have 3 benches there. It's gonna be like for 1 meal. So asparagus is a real long growing thing. Here I just planted some pumpkin seeds in the last 2 days. These pumpkin seeds I planted a week and a half ago or something. They're already coming up. Over here I've got miscellaneous mustard greens, mustard plants, and this might have some rhubarb in it. This has a couple marigolds. This whole garden got planted right before we had a downpour, and it washed a bunch of the seeds away, so I'm going through and putting more stuff in. And then we got more pumpkins here. And then I put in, Nicole got cabbage and celery. So I did cabbage, celery, cabbage, celery, cabbage, celery, because it can all grow around carrots. I don't know about carrots. Maybe I was wrong on that one. But there's no carrots growing anyway. So beets. There's tons of beets. Check out these little tiny. There's tons of little beets. They are, well, the grasshoppers are eating them all. But more mustard greens, rosemary, you know, and then some dill. But cabbage, celery. And over here we got a winter squash and some wild chives. They just popped up there and grew on their own. This is just a weed, and I let it grow there because it's just a nice looking grass weed. Down here I planted some seeds and some more squash. Those are coming up. But these over here, they were down in there and I saw the leaves coming up. But I'm not finding hardly any more, like, I think, like here's one. The grasshoppers are eating everything. So, we'll see. I might have to just plant some more plants here. And here's another, this one got eaten up too. Here, it's another winter squash. Oh, and over there is the acorn squash. And then over here we got, you know, mustard greens. I did plant a bunch of seeds here, and nothing is coming up over here, maybe one or two. And the cabbage, celery, cabbage, celery, cabbage, celery. This is Nicholas's side. And we did plant some like carrots here, but they're not coming up again. And more radishes, again, not coming up. I need to weed. Here are some more squashes. They're blooming already. Right here I planted some marigolds, and honestly, don't see any there. Oh, maybe that's one coming up. But a rosemary. And all throughout, everywhere just about, if it was allowed, I've sprinkled things like mustard seed and chamomile. I don't know if, it depends on what the temperature is when it starts growing, what eats it, what doesn't eat it, things like that. Back here, we call this the salsa garden because it's all the, it's all different kinds of peppers. See, we planted, like these are those ones that turn red. And they're just green right now. We got a couple of those plants in there. And then these are, I think those are green pepper. Maybe there's banana peppers. I planted some cilantro down here because I feel like since this is salsa and the Mexican garden, it goes with, you know, that kind of foods. These are all, the nickname for them is Mexican green peppers. And again, we just harvested, so there's really not many on here to show, but I don't even see any hiding that I can show. Anyway, so then over here I did plant some more cilantro because it'd be in the shade, but as you can see, there's plenty of space for new plants to go amongst these littler plants. Oh yeah, these are green peppers. These are bell peppers. They're growing over here. And this was a sad tomato plant. And then we also did some more mustard greens. So then over here is our okra. And behind it was a tomatale, but it didn't make it through the summer. And then this, I took out the 2 okras that didn't make it, and I put in some chard there. And here's another okra plant. And another little tomato plant that they're doing okay. I just didn't have much luck on growth this year. Over here is another little mustard plant. I had tons of them. I grew them inside. See, there's some tomatoes coming on there, but I brought a praying mantis that I found over here to eat all the aphids because there was a lot of them. And there are marigolds popping up all through here. Well, there were, but they're getting eaten. And then again, mustard greens, because mustard greens are supposed to help with the pests a lot. This is our watermelon and blackberry garden. And here's a little watermelon. And there's one in there. And we had blackberries. Yes, blackberries. One earlier this year. And so there's 4 of those in there and 2 watermelon plants. And then over here is the blueberry garden. Don't know how well that's going to work out because they're not doing well. Planting some mustard greens. That's lemon balm. Here is some Swiss chard. That's a sad blueberry. The blueberry, we'll see what happens. Here's some more ruby red. Swiss chard right here. A rosemary plant. And more mustard green. And, oh, and then underneath all this trellis, right underneath it, I planted, they're called rattlesnake beans. They're long, red pods. Here is avocado tree in a box up off the ground. And this one is a fig tree in a box off the ground. And then over here, we have a little fig tree that we planted this spring. And that is doing great. And then over here, along here, I did some more rattlesnake beans. I don't see any coming up yet. I just did that a day and a half ago. And here's all of our peas. They're going to grow up the fence right here. We put those all in containers. And I'll come over here and show you. So here's the side herb garden I did, and we're going to see if any of this survives. I have no idea. This is an experiment. Lots of mustard greens in here, lots of dill plants, peppermint over there in the corner, lots of dill in the middle, parsley, mustard green, mustard green, mustard green, and then lots of seeds with chamomile and some other stuff. We'll see how it goes, and if things aren't sprouting, I'm going to just keep putting seeds in, because we're supposed to have a great year. Here's an area for mustard seed. It's all mustard seed plant that I put right in the ground. And this is our bamboo trestle that Tom built, and it's working out nicely. Cucumbers, those were cucumber plants. Planted those as seed. But these are already blooming and stuff, and crawling up the trestle. Those are cucumbers down there. And all these are beans, but I think these are regular beans. Or, I don't know about regular beans, but like a different kind of bean. So, then, hold on. I built this boardwalk so I could walk on flatter stuff. And all these are my other houseplants that are succulents. So they get a lot less water, but I've grown every single one of them for a long time and put them in, I make my own little things, you know. So there's that. And oh, and here's the chocolate mimosa tree. There's one of them. Planted it here. And it's cool. It has like, instead of the little green mimosa, it has this dark color. Isn't that pretty? And then there's another one right there. And that is some sort of little, I think a spruce something. But, and then Tom built all of that purple stuff along the walkway, and we're going to put it on the opposite side too. Alright, hold on. This in there is a muscadine grapes, I believe. I know it's a grapevine, but we're going to put those in the ground so they can grow up the fence, and eventually we're going to have an archway that goes over this little trail, because it's going to be a path that goes over to my side. And over here we have some, what are they called? Easter lilies, and those things bloomed 4 times this year. There's another one, and these are wild chives. I've already taken all the seeds off and hung them up, and I'm going to take these and plant them in different places in the garden so they can help deter. And there's a fish bait. There's our first peach tree, and we did get some peaches off of it this year. And that, I think, is on its 3rd year here, and I think it's like 7 years old. And this is another peach tree. And we're gonna put some more peach trees right here, and this is gonna, all this whole yard's gonna be garden. There's not gonna be any grass left anymore. Back to this. And then, here's the pool. And we're building a deck right here, 6 feet of stairs. And then it's going to go all the way over to where that mattress is. And then 10 or 11 feet out from the pool, it's going to be as high as the pool is. And it's going to go this way, all the way down to here. And it's going to line up right there. So all that right there is going to be a deck as high as the pool. It's going to look awesome. But anyway, that's the tour of my 5-year plan, and I'm on 2.5 years. I got behind this year. We're doing pretty good. Oh, over there, I forgot, I'll go over there. So over here we have our compost. Back there we're going to grow wild lettuce and dandelions. And over here is our new, there's our good compost. We just flipped it from this side to there a couple months ago. So that we're not adding any more. They weren't supposed to put that, but no more there. We're starting a new one here, and there's that. So, and of course, then eventually we're gonna do all kinds of stuff. But we gotta leave it open. But anyway, that's a tour of our lovely abode. So y'all have a lovely day.